He will be traveling 40 countries in 400 days only on Bitcoin.
As an Indian passport holder, guys, there are 26 countries in Africa that give you visa on arrival.
Hey Paco,
Hi.
hi. I got to know Paco through a Twitter DM and where he mentioned about something amazing which he's doing, which is run with Bitcoin, where he will be traveling, if I'm not wrong, 40 countries in 400 days only on Bitcoin. So that's amazing, and that's how Paco DM'd me, and I was like, "Wow, this is such a noble initiative, and this will drive adoption in a way which none of the media outlets or even sponsoring an IPL or sponsoring a cricket match can do." So yeah, Paco, I'll just start off with the most interesting thing which I got to know about you. You are an avid traveler. I saw your Instagram. You write spectacularly well about all the travels which you have done. So I'll just jump into the overall things. How is the journey of Paco? पूरे schooling से जाते हैं से लेके अभी तक. How has Paco become Paco in this time frame?
All right. Guys, hi, namaste everybody. Jo me jamo Paco is Soidela, India. My name is Paco and I am from India. And before I jump into all of this, I just want to say something like if I can do it, so can you. So it's possible. It is just like you need to start. That's it. My journey is pretty much key. I started off, I'm born and raised in Muscat, Oman. And let's jump back to 2013 when I was introduced to the concept of couch surfing. And I was like, yeah, what is couch surfing? So it's pretty much like Airbnb, but free of cost. And I'm a Sindhi boy. And I'm like, wow, free. Okay, interesting. So I started receiving a lot of travelers in my house. So in my place, I had a very small room. So I used to give my traveler just one bed, fridge, khana, wana, khalo. I remember this thing. One person was like Kai. He was from Taiwan. He did not speak English, but he was traveling from fucking 500 days, and he was in my house. And I'm like, my God, I know English. I have money. What is stopping me right now? So I got introduced to the concept of sabbatical. I met like almost 25, 30 people. So you're a product of your environment. Whatever is your environment, you'll turn out to that. So I went to Europe. I tried it out. I'm like, wow, this is good. I'm like, now I'll quit the job. Let's take a sabbatical. 6 months. Brother, that 6 month sabbatical turned out to be a 4 year holiday. And it just happened like I started traveling around, meeting a lot of people. For my money ran out. Then I started volunteering at places. And then again the money ran out. Then I lost my passport in United States. But then manifestation, this is something that you'll learn, and I hope you guys will learn. There's a book called The Secret. Please do read that. It will tell you it's very simple, brother. Like very, very simple. And yeah, so found my passport and then I kept traveling, but then again the money ran out. So then I was a teacher in Colombia. I'm just jumping right off, so I'll let you. I was a teacher in Colombia, saved up my money. Then in Ecuador, I was doing dumpster diving. So dumpster diving is very simple. I used to go to Sabji Mandi, or fruit vegetable market, early in the morning, and I used to clean up for them. They used to give you free fruits, free vegetables, free bread, free cheese, free everything, sab kuch free. And I used to barter that. I used to give it off, barter, barter, barter. And I used to make my way. And I used to get so much food that I used to bring it to my hostel, and everybody's eating for free. So in my hostel, we never paid for food. Can you imagine? Have you ever heard of a hostel where there is free food? Every hostel you go to, they'll be like 300 rupees, 500, 300, 500, they'll keep charging. And so that I did in Ecuador. Peru, I reached, I did not want to do that thing. After a while, I get bored. So I did not do the English teaching. I didn't do dumpster diving. I started selling peanuts because I wanted to go see Machu Picchu. So I started selling peanuts, but with a lot of curiosity. I put a rate on myself. If I'm talking to you, I usually say, yeah, my rate is 1 minute. If I give you of my undivided attention, the price is 33 cents. That means एक मूंगफली का पैकेट तू मेरे से पक्का लेगा, because I'll come and say Namaste, Jomejama Pacos, Soy de la India, Quieres los manis. And people used to be very happy. There's an Indian selling peanuts for bloody 33 cents all the way, and people love Indians. And it was just such a nice thing. I think so. I made somewhere around $1,000 by just selling peanuts. I sold a lot of peanuts. I went to Machu Picchu. Then I went to Chile and I did not want to sell peanuts. I was like, "हो गया यार, next क्या है?" I got into logging, so wood cutting. But bloody hell, it was so painful, that wood cutting. So I was like, let's do a level change. So I started carrying the log here. So I made a lot of money. I made about like $300-400 yet again there. I hitchhiked everywhere, couch surfed, staying with family. But then I reached Argentina and I was like, yeah, now I don't want to do this. I want to do something else. And I started writing people's name in Hindi. That was the best thing I did. That was the easiest job. Like I'll come to you, I'm like, hola, soy Paco, si quieres, escribo su nombre in Hindi. People are curious to know how your name is in Hindi, right? So I used to remove a piece of paper, write it, and give it to him. I used to get $2, $5, $7. Oh yeah. Then I
Yeah.
was become a guide. Guide बन जाता था because I knew Hindi, sorry, English, Spanish. So free में guide. I never charged money. So basically, throughout my entire thing, it was not about the money as such. I want money, 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 money. I was like, what makes me go to the next place? What makes me go to the next place? And this is how I went on doing my journey. And then a lot of these things went off to lead off to this place right now where I got in touch with a very good friend. And he was like, how about travel the world with Bitcoin? And he gave me the book called The Bitcoin Standard. I read the book and my eyes opened up. I was like, holy Jesus, this 2% every day they're doing, every year. They're like, oh, sir, little inflation, sir, little inflation. But I did a little compounding of this and it adds up, man. In 2007, $1 was 38 rupees. In
Yeah.
2020, $1 is 75 rupees. And I was like, bloody hell, this is double. And we are like still fighting for the roti kapda makan. And I was like, this is not going to work. And Bitcoin was pretty much like something that I understood, like, okay, this is going to change. And then you get to see El Salvador do it. And then you get to see now Ukraine do it. And I'm like, yes, brother, it will fall up. So this is a little bit of my journey. I do not know, I've talked a lot, I guess. Yeah, but
I mean, this is amazing. This is amazing. I'll just
yes.
come back to the point from Bitcoin, from the barter thing which you did,
Huh.
where you did a proper barter of all the vegetables and all the things. So,
Yes.
how similar was that versus when you read about Bitcoin? Like, I think you read the Bitcoin standard. I think you mentioned me
Yes.
that. So,
Yes.
because you might have found that connect that hey, because you have seen currency in a very different form than a lot of people like us in the
Yeah.
corporate or in the startup world see, right? So, just want to understand how was that book experience for you because you have seen that overall currency being a barter in itself.
Yeah. Like there is something that started catching on was efficiency, which is the book which I learned in the book. Create more, create more, create more, create more, want more. And from that wanting more, I remember in the book it was like from an island which had some rocks. So everybody on the island knew like these are the rocks. These rocks are of this guy. But he held this guy came down because then people were moving around and this guy was like, okay, this is a cheap currency. I still remember in Papua New Guinea, people, let's go back to 1960. I'm not going back way back, okay? 1960s only. People used to get paid in Coca Cola.
Wow.
So this is something in the book I saw, and I was like, people wanted more. So something okay. Then the more rocks came. Okay, that thing didn't work out. Then the shells, then the salt. That's how the salary word came from. The sal. Sal means salt. Salary pretty much came out. So everything started going in that direction. So something that is very easy to produce we'll have more. It's a supply demand, brother. Everybody in the school has learned in ninth, 10th grade at least, Yeah, supply demand hota hai. It's a free flow market. If you don't control, they will equilibrium. There's marginal utility. If a person has like I'm thirsty, I'll drink one glass of water, two, three.
Yeah.
After the fourth one, I'll be chill, right? It is like all these things were taught to you in the school, and you were like, okay, there's a gold standard. You know what? Our country, India, has kept gold. That's why we have only this much thing. But I should be like, machine हमारे पास है सब कुछ हमारे पास है कॉटन पे प्रिंट कर रहे हैं कॉटन का इतना वी आर द सेकंड लार्जेस्ट प्रोड्यूसर इन द वर्ल्ड सब कुछ है हमारे पास हम लोग पैसा क्यों नहीं बना रहे हैं like no sir we are maintaining the gold standard and I was like holy Jesus okay makes sense by the time you grow up now I'm 30 32 and I'm like holy Jesus where is the gold standard है किधर gold standard it doesn't make sense
It went
what he
away
said
in 1975. Yeah.
1975 are you kidding me
Yeah, I think after that they stopped backing up. I'm not wrong. I'm not
Exactly.
sure
Then the
the month.
dollars came into place. Yes. They were like, now we will back ourselves with the dollars. Yeah, you're right. And I was like, wow, एक मशीन से हम पैसा प्रिंट कर रहे हैं वो भी दूसरे मशीन से पैसा प्रिंट कर रहे हैं बोल रहे तुम हमारा पैसा रखो नहीं तुम oh my god Jesus Lord and I was just like this is not cool because you're trying to control everything oh we are expanding our government expenditure we are expanding this expanding that everybody everything is like a patch up man brother see once a mirror is broken no matter whatever you do to it the mirror is broken if that is there, you're just like sellotape, patching it up, patchwork. And pretty much I was like, okay, ठीक है, now this is it. Now you just can't go up against whatever is happening in the world. You just can't be I am right. This doesn't work, right? You have to just find a very common way, very peaceful way to do this. So I got pretty much excited with this concept since I've done bartering around. I bartered for socks, I bartered for my ticket, I bartered for everything in like I used to barter a lot because see, there is something we forgot in this creation of more and more is that we are humans, right? We are like there's something very nice in Peru, the Inca culture. They say hoy por ti, mañana por mí. It's like today for you, tomorrow for me. There was a very nice culture of this that used to take you forward. You used to be very communicative. And that's why there was a community. Everybody used to trust and all. Now we started producing, creating more and more and more and more, and we started just accumulating. Now this COVID was a pretty good answer to everybody who accumulated. Everybody worked hard. They arranged everything all around themselves. Like, okay, this is what I want, this I want, this I want, this I want, this I want. Great. Now you have it. Now you are locked up with it. How do you feel about that? And it was just an opening. So I was like, okay, let's just take it up since Bitcoin is being picked up, and it is something that cannot be produced easily, which was the
Right.
biggest reason. And this is what scarcity, bro, curiosity, scarcity, anything like if I'm thirsty, then only I'll drink water, right? You are just funneling up and pushing up, the gushing it up, pio, 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 you'll die, man. Like, so it was pretty clear, and I was like, okay, let's just pick this up. And I really believe in the concept of community. See, I've stayed with over 400 families during my travels, couch surfing. So I really believe like whatever I've done is just because of the support of the people. And right now, also, if I'm going to do this, is just purely from the support of the Bitcoin community spread all across the world. I am counting on them. I have no contacts of anybody else apart from India as I speak. But I'm like, let me just do this. Nonetheless, it's a journey for me too. I have been doing a lot of weird things, trying to figure it out. And I'm like, let me just take this forward. I may spread a message across. There'll be some mass awareness. Yes, we have the fastest UPI network in the world that USA doesn't have. So definitely we are not going to replace it. But it's just a message that's showing like what is a decentralized, like what it is like. And I feel like the way, since I'll be vlogging it out, it is a great way to share it out. It will have a larger impact. But moreover, the major purpose of me doing this is to show one thing clear. Leave everything aside. Leave because it's a rabbit hole. You and me can go on talking. The bigger purpose is to show like we are humans behind that blockchain. There is a human who is doing this. There is a human who is very happy. Like it's everybody has a very negative thing to it because of the news. There's a very nice quote by Mark Twain. He says, "If you don't read newspapers, you're uninformed. But if you read newspapers, you are misinformed." And that is the same thing what happens. And we have been accumulating it over the last 10, 12 years because of the lack of information. By the time the information gets trickled down, especially in our country like India, where there are 25, 26 languages, by the time the information gets trickled from English to Hindi to this to that, it is just gone. So I am just doing this, and I really believe that the community really likes the part where I'll be spreading this across. I am not going to go down and be like, this is the right way, because for some it is and for some it is not. And I'm just going to enjoy. I just want to meet those people. I'm like, who are these people sitting down in Fiji or Uluwatu, for that matter, in Texas, or for that matter in Peru? There are these people who believe in this, and I just want to pick up their brain and just see what it is happening. See, I cannot. I'm just what I'm doing is simply is I'm living a different life every other day with a different person. That is the bigger purpose. Like I'm living different lives.
I think, Paco, here the most interesting thing is that you actually have done a proper barter. We have convinced people. Like barter is also about convincing that hey, the item which I have, this phone is worth something like, yeah, this mask which I have, and you can just
Yeah.
swap. I think because you have done this for like and that to cross diversities, I think
Yeah.
you are one of the more important person who could actually convince people that hey, you know what, you can use Bitcoin for your transactions. So I just come back to it. Like, your plan is very expansive. Like you're going for a 40 country 400 days. That's more than a year का trip proper. I just want to understand your plan of action, how you are going about it. कैसे शुरू होगा ये, where it will go, how are you planning to go, which countries, where city, and then from where to where. If you can just give a proper ballpark. I know that it's very minute, which I'm asking things, but on a ballpark and an overall level, that hey, these are
Yes.
the things I'm covering and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So this one, so before I jump into this, this is one solution that I have given out. So the number of people that I'll be meeting during my trip, and let's say India, 15 people I convinced to take Bitcoin. I am giving them an option by saying, let's say I come down to your place and I'm like, let's go to Chai Wala. And to the Chai Wala, I talk to him, I convince him, and he's like, okay, sir, de do. I give it to him, but I still give him an option. I'm like, listen, if you don't want it, call me after a week, I'll buy it off you. So once you give a person, you never corner a person, you never corner a cat, you never force down something up your throat. It is not 10 standard, right? So this is something that I came over the last 1 week. I've been wondering how we can make it much more easier. So if somebody doesn't want, because there's a community everywhere, don't you think that I go and show that this chai wala in Delhi is buying, taking Bitcoin? Don't you think bloody hell the entire community will run down to that chai wala? Like, "ये chai wala तो BTC में ले रहा है, मैं जा रहा जी chai वाले के पास." As such, it is something which will pass on. It will create something for him also. For him also, it will be nice thing. So this is something that I'm planning. Let us see on execution. It is all about execution at the end of the day.
I'll come into the technical part as well. I think
Hmm.
you're integrating with some wallets where which you'll be using. So let's say I'm a you want to buy a Fanta or a Sprite from me,
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, and now you have couple of Sats or Bitcoin, and then you
Hmm.
want to pay that person. Now that person doesn't
Hmm.
have a wallet. Like, are you planning to install a wallet for him and then pay him, or how will this overall process look like?
So there are like couple of things that I've done. First of all, I will not be putting the person on the exchange. The first one as an option is I'll be giving you a paper wallet. So pretty much a paper wallet would look somewhat like I don't have it. I have it like this. All right.
Interesting.
So where you have your verify and load, and then you have your spend. So I'll load this up for you and I'll give it to you. And this gives you, well, I'll write it down. I'll write down the instructions, everything. I'll give you my number and everything. And I'll be like, boss, this is it. Whenever you're ready to open yourself a wallet, great. Otherwise, preserve it, keep it with yourself. When the time is right, you use it. It's up to you. Option A. Otherwise, the option B is because if the person is really well, see, it depends on the education level of the person. So if the
Yeah.
person is really keen in it and it works out, I'm like, buddy, get this wallet. I'll tell him about the non-custodial wallet. Obviously, don't want to put on the person to an exchange because this defeats the purpose of what I will be doing. And so put the person on that non-custodial wallet. Tell him, buddy, these are those 12 names they give you, right? Otherwise, you forget it. I'm like, see, you for lose this, it's gone. You keep this, great. Immediately I'll transfer it to him. And pretty much I've been doing some transactions over the last couple of days. I have not been waiting more than like 5 to 10 minutes on the Bitcoin blockchain itself. I'm not even doing Lightning.
What is the fees, Paco, for this? What are the fees
Pretty
you're
much the
taking?
fees was costing me somewhere. Today we tried, it was a dollar and a half. So that's like hardly, it's okay.
Yeah.
50, 100 rupees, I wouldn't mind. Like it's okay. Like the person listened to me and convinced. The third option is if the person doesn't get convinced, he's like, no, sir, मेरे को तो आप rupees ही दो. So I'll be like, sure, definitely, I will use my gift card, pay him off. But then, as a goodwill gesture, since that he listened to me, I will give him a paper wallet loaded with some 500 sats. He'll keep it, he'll throw it, whatever it is. At least he'll remember, like, yeah, this guy came and did. When the time is right, with the way the things are going, with the way the information is flowing, the way now everybody has information. So in, let's say, couple of years, 3 years time, see that it's not going to replace the UPI. It's pretty clear. It's not about replacement. It's just about information and mass awareness, and it is just about having one more channel of payment. And the person is very happy with doing that, great. It brings more footfall to his house, wonderful. I have created something for him on the process, shared a joy, great. So yeah, that's it. These are the 3 4 options that I've been pondering over.
Yes. Now this is also a barter which you won't be spending. You'll be preserving it to hedge against inflation. So uh, that's the trim down effect which you're talking about. If he or if any of a shopkeeper, or because you'll be paying to people who will not be like massive wealthy people. These are the people you'll be
Yes.
just, yeah. So it will be a life changer for them if,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. That's why I gave them. That's why I was like, I will make this in a such a way, like, because at most of the places where I'm going as of now in India, I've come to know there are a lot of Bitcoiners. So pretty much I'll connect them to them. I will like, listen, just like after a week, 2 weeks, a month, you feel like it's not a huge amount I'm doing, guys. I'm not doing a bloody 5,000 rupees with those guys. I'm doing 100, 200, 300 rupees. It is just awareness. So I think so 100, 200, 300 people would be okay with it. But if he's not okay with it and after a week or 2 weeks, he's like, buddy, I just want to cash it out. I don't want this. Great. We'll get it done.
Mm.
because by the time there'll be an ecosystem that will be ready down there, which will help in making this possible.
Yeah.
So making giving a person an exit is very important. You know, there's a
Yep.
reason why people go for startups, and there's a reason why people go from startups to raising to everything, because they know there's an exit coming. Everybody's looking for that exit. So once you give an open door, your person is happy. You see in a house there are like small doors for in the English movies you see where the dog can enter and go out, cat can enter inside, go outside. A small door. That's it. Keep it like that. Keep it open. You do not need to cage someone. You don't need to cage someone, and do not need to be like putting out like, do I am the right person? Watch me, nahi bro. This way, to yaar, then you'll fall down only. Yeah.
And are you planning to document any of this, like
Yeah.
whatever you're
Yeah.
doing, not in static
Yeah.
format? So video. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, we'll
Got
be
it.
vlogging this entire journey because I just want to capture these expressions. See, this is sometimes there's something that's happening first time also in India. First time
Yeah.
somebody is doing it. It's okay,
Anywhere,
man.
I don't know what's happening. Has it happened in the world? First of all, I don't know it's happened in the world, so not in
See,
India.
as of now, as we speak, Salvador is done. I was there. I was there in San Salvador. So I was there in 2016, and I saw that like the way US dollar is being in circulation, and I was like, this is not cool, you know. Like it's like US owns you. The same thing I saw in Panama. The same thing I saw in Ecuador. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is something serious. And pretty much then to see when El Salvador do it the first thing, and I was like, holy Jesus, I was there at the right time, I guess. I can see it. Brother, I'll give you a very good example of Argentina. In 2000, it was $1, 1 peso. In 2018, when I was there, it was $1, 25 peso. 2018 December, when I was talking to my friends, it was $1, 45 peso. 2019, when I was talking to them, it was $1, 70 peso. You have depreciated a country's value by 70 times in less than 20 years. Are you guys kidding me? Come on. 70 times if you depreciate somebody's value. Like right now, I was thinking to them, like, wow, I will just make my money. I'll go to Argentina. I'm going to get a property 70 times cheaper. Think about it. Like it's crazy, bro. These people are like the way it's going around, and pretty much that's what, because there's a face. If anything that has a face, there is ego and a man pride. We are proud of ourselves, and nobody wants to leave power. And a lot of things, bro. If it's like a rabbit hole, man. Just get in, and I'm like, whoa. Let me just stay back. Let me do. I don't want to go scuba diving. I want to do snorkeling. It's nice. It's on the surface. I'm seeing people are good. Have a little bit of sats around. See, spread the joy, spread the happiness, and let's not be like you. Do I'm the right way. So yeah, it's going to be challenging. Though. It is. And it sounds fun to say all this right now, but it's going to be challenging, and I really hope the community comes together for this.
I had a last question before we just get to that part where what all things can community do for you here, because it's very
Hmm.
crucial. How are you planning the overall journey? Like when are you starting, and
Yes.
where are you going first, and then how are you hopping countries?
Yeah, so basically, I'll be starting from India. Basically, so what I've done is, as an Indian passport holder, yes, you guys would love this part. Make this the first part. Let them listen to this. As an Indian passport holder, guys, there are 26 countries in Africa that give you visa on arrival. Okay, 26 countries. Now that nobody's shown you on your Instagram that in Africa mein ye sab country hai, nobody knows. Okay, so there are 26 countries. There are a lot of islands that are open all around, from Uluwatu to Fiji. So basically, from India, I will be starting. I will be going over to Thailand, Thailand to Indonesia, Indonesia, Malaysia. Malaysia give you 2 weeks on arrival. Thailand is 1 month on arrival. Malaysia, Indonesia is 1 month like this. Then Philippines, I'll be entering. Singapore is a kind of dicey because of the COVID situations. I'll enter into Fiji. I'll catch a flight over to Fiji, go to those little islands. Australia, magic if happens, if the community reaches out and if I get some invitation letters, fair and good, I'll enter Australia. If not, then I'll crash those islands. I will enter into El Salvador right away where everything is happening. By the time if US thing happens, something happens here, I really believe in the magic and the kindness of this universe. You put it out and it happens. And if US visa comes through, I'll enter each states. And if not, I'll enter into right into Africa. In Africa, from Nigeria to Ethiopia to Uganda, so there are about like 18, 20 countries down there. And from there, if that works out, then go over to Qatar. Dubai is on arrival too as we speak. So Qatar will open up. Then I'll do Turkey, Jordan, Azerbaijan, and all these. It's like this. I'll finish this off and I'll enter into India. So pretty much it's, see, if you don't dream, like you wouldn't be there. Like, so I have made it like this. Like I've chosen a very easy route. Like my visa part is very easy. But as a traveler, things will evolve. and a lot of people would come together to invite, like, all that this is happening. I really believe, like if you are there in my place right now, I'll be like, okay, Ajao, come over. People are like this, people are very welcoming. You're forgetting the fact, like, there are people. It is not the money, it is not the capitalist part, it's not the philosophy. Leave everything aside. Wait, there is a human who's doing all of this. So I'm excited to meet this community and to vlog about them, is to just show like how the people have that belief. Imagine just meeting 100 different people, man, of different walks of life, not the similar thing that you're doing. That is the thing. Like, brother, I've stayed with a lesbian, gay, bi, trans, black, white, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, whore, a drug peddler, militant, a firefighter, a doctor, a engineer, a politician. Name it all. Like, because when you're traveling to different places, you do not know who they are. You do not go down to someone's place seeing their work. You just go down because he opened his house to you. So there is no filter coming out there. I want to just experience that. And if Bitcoin lets me experience this, why not?
Amazing.
Yeah, man.
I
Thank
had
you.
a last question, but I'll come back to the one question which, because a lot of people can't, like, they, some of them want to do it, might not be able to do it, and some people can't do it. Like, most of them can't do it because this requires a lot of, like, as you mentioned, right? If you can't think of it, you can't do it. Like, a lot of things, parent pressure, your job, it doesn't allow it. But if you want to just wrap out, like, give some few 3 4 points out of the overall journey which you want to just, the 4 years which you spent, like, which you went for a 6 month sabbatical and did your 4 years, कि कौन सी चार चीजें हैं, like, which you will say कि, boss, you experienced and everyone should know these things, like, about life, about philosophy, any books which you came across, anything.
This is something which I learned very recently is, and I would still say it adds up. Like, what is the worst that can happen to you if you wrap up your job right now? What's the worst? Take a piece of paper and write it down. Five, six, go the worst. Like, I lose my job, I'll be broke. I will lose my girlfriend. I will not have a house. I will not have this. Write down the worst. Write it down. Then opposite here is a solution part, right? Write down. Let's say I've gone broke. So what will you do? He's like, yeah, bro, I'll find something. Okay, now I don't have a house. Yeah, bro, I'll go volunteer somewhere. Okay, now I am going to lose my entire stability. He's like, no problem, I'll figure something out. So what has happened is at that very moment in your life, you had the biggest problems, the fear was laid down here on the left yes side. And on the other side, you had written down your solution and pretty much you broke the barrier. So your mind, you broke it. You broke the barrier yourself. So definitely do this. It's a practical thing. And more than all of this is manifestation, guys. I write a lot of things. Like, there are these words that I speak a lot to myself. See, you are your own creator, you are your own sculptor, you are your own boss, you are everything. You, tumhaiva mata, tumhaiva pita, and all that. It's all you, bro. It's all within you. It's all within you. It is just like we have kept God like a Walmart. कि भगवान ये दे दो, भगवान ये दे दो, भगवान वो दे दो, भगवान ये दे दो, and you're just always there, just asking. Imagine if I'm there, I use every day asking with you, chai de do, shakkar de do, chini de do, namak de do, ye de do, wo de do. What will happen to you? What are you going to do to me on the seventh day? Huh? Right? But there's a solution to this. The best solution is grateful. Why aren't you gratitude? Now you wake up in the morning. Like, now this journey I'm doing, and every day I wake up and I'm like, I'm grateful I woke up and I know this day is going to be good. The attitude. So manifest, guys. Manifestation goes a long way. You will not see, you will just be seeing the magic happening because सत्य तुम्हारी वाणी में है. Like, it's in your tongue. Every time you say, I'm single, I'm broke, I'm single, I'm broke, I'm single, I'm broke. Holy fuck, you're saying that every fucking day. Obviously, you're single and broke then. Like, come on. Like, if you manifest it, say that, say manifest it, write it down, write it down, write it down, put it out to the universe because you're playing battles in this game. See, it is just like, I will give you a very simple example. Is like, you see a very beautiful girl on the other side of the club or the mall or anything. Your mind is already started playing games with you. Like, क्या होएगा, कैसे होएगा, क्या होगा, खत्म होगा. You have played like 10 to 12 permutation combinations which have created 10, 12 more. It's like a blockchain. It has created and created and created and it's gone in and you've lost it. Now, the simplest thing was what? What's the probability ratio? 50%. Either it's a yes or a no, but it's a closure. That is your four nodes. That is like, all right, the transaction is done. Remember on Bitcoin, this is what happens, right? Four is done, right? That's it. Even if you get the one confirmation, you're happy, like your money is yours, right? Even if that one confirmation comes through, you go down there, try it out. Life is 50% probability, guys. I am saying this is because I tried. I did not have this. I did not have money, man. I did not have all of this. I tried. And yes, you will have your family pressures and everything. Definitely. I did this. I want to be really honest with you or everyone is like, I did this just because I really thank my brothers for this. My young brothers, two young brothers who are with my dad. So they're taking care of my parents. So it pretty much gives me a little bit of liberty in that terms. And I did not take any educational loan. I don't have to pay people loan. I did not do anything that. So definitely do your thing. And everybody, and the finally, if you want me to end it off with the philosophy thing, is this is something I say to everyone. I say to you, we both. I will say to you, Ayush. We both are like rivers, right? Flowing in different directions. Yeah, you're flowing there. I'm flowing here. Some meet. We met. Some don't meet. Some rivers go to the lake, they're stagnant, chilling. But finally, where does the river go? To the ocean. I'll see you guys in the ocean. We will exchange our stories. So in Spanish, it goes like yo soy yo, tú eres tú. Yo hago lo mío, tú haces lo tuyo. Si nos coincidimos, maravilloso. Si no, no hay nada que hacer. It's like I am I, you are you. I do what I like, you do what you like. If we agree, marvelous. If we don't, there's nothing to do. I'll see you in the ocean. We'll exchange our stories. You'll be like, I did this. Oh, I did this. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And that's it, man. And you just go at it, man. You just start, man. If you start something, I know it is challenging, but brother, challenging was getting up for school. Challenging was sitting in that classroom. Challenging was sitting in that engineering class. Challenging was listening to your parents. If you have gone through so much challenges, then why the fuck are you doing making yourself so pity? You know I can't do this. What the fuck? For 20 years of life, you were doing something what somebody was telling you to do. Now you don't want to listen to what you want to do. Come on, yeah. है ना भाई?
Awesome. This is a perfect ending
Yes,
to the overall settings we
yes,
had set up. And
yes, please.
so yeah, I'll just say like Paku, where could anyone from the Bitcoin community or even the crypto community could reach out to you? Like how can they contribute? What can they do to support you in
Yes.
the journey? Their website, anything? Yeah.
Yes, please. So I have a website called runwithbitcoin.com. So thank you so much. If you're what I'm basically looking for, if you're in your city, let's meet. We'll be doing a run because it's called Run with Bitcoin. So we'll do a run in the morning. If you're lazy enough for a run, it's a half an hour run. Why not just do something new? You have been doing the same thing for the 6 days or the last 300 days. Do something new. Run with a stranger, do a little run. After that, in the evening, we'll have a little meetup where we'll be just talking about various things. Who is Satoshi Nakamoto, for example, or what is the
Yeah.
journey of $0 to $50,000? We'll do a small meetup. So you can definitely come over, or you can, if you can offer me a host, or you know anybody in your community who accepts Bitcoin, please do know. It would be a nice person to just go meet them. And if you feel like contributing, there is a wallet that is set up, and I'll be putting that address up on the website. If you feel like, or if not, just send me your blessings. Anything, leave it. Send your blessings. There are like these four options, whatever works, because हमारा देश ही बोलता है ना, दुआ करता रहो, दुआ करता रहो, दुआ करता रहो. हाँ, दुआ कर दो भाई, दुआ चलती है. It is good. It would be nice to say hola to me. Come over, say hi. I have the entire plan laid out on Run with Bitcoin at Twitter. And email is also there, pacodelandia@gmail.com. Anything that works out, man. I'll see you guys. If you want me to come down to your city, please say hello. I'm a traveler. This is not a hard and fast rule. Like, I will stick to my plan. I will come over to you and we'll travel together. But yes, I will just pay you in sats. Okay, I can't pay you in rupees, please.
There's a wide face of the people who are seeing this where hey, they need stats. So amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
Just add everything in the description, whatever things I can do. I'll just put all the things, the wallet as
Yes.
well as the Bitcoin, your Twitter handle, your Instagram, which is very important, so
Yes,
that
please.
people understand what a phenomenal traveler and a writer you are. So
Thank you very
yeah,
much.
I think that's about it. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Paco, for giving your
Yeah,
time
you.
and sharing your
Thank
journey.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thanks
much,
everyone.
brother.
Bye.
Bye.